The terminal pulsed with sound, rolling suitcases, sharp voices over intercoms, the scattered laughter travelers echoing off glass and steel. But her laughter, my wife's, cut through it all. Her sister was the one who said it first, loud enough for strangers to turn. Economy? He can't even afford first class. My wife didn't defend me. She laughed. Not kindly, mockingly. A short, cruel laugh that sounded far too familiar. Once upon a time, it had been warm and full of life. Now it was a blade disguised as a sound. I stood there holding the single bag I'd packed for both of us. The same one she'd called embarrassing that morning. They walked off toward the first-class lane, heels clicking, perfume trailing like arrogance in motion. I didn't move, didn't flinch, because humiliation fades. But memory can be sharpened into something much more useful. When the man in uniform approached, the crowd shifted instinctively. "Mr. Hale," he said, voice firm, respectful. "Your jet is ready. The captain's waiting." The entire terminal went still, the kind of silence that feels physical. My wife froze mid-laugh, her face stiffening, her sister's jaw slack. I nodded to the man. "Thank you." And as I walked past him toward the private gate, I didn't look back. Not yet. Not until she realized that everything leading up to this moment had been part of my quiet design. We met decades ago, when I was still burning both ends of the candle. Long nights at the firm, chasing promotions I was too tired to enjoy. She was a senior partner's daughter, brilliant, poised, and ruthless in a way only people born into power can be. I mistook her hunger for strength. She liked my drive, my belief in her, and I thought that meant love. When we married, I believed we were equals. But love turned into hierarchy. Every dinner, every conversation came with reminders of what she had given me, her name, her connections, her father's shadow. Still, I worked. I built, quietly. I founded an analytics company with two old friends, one a programmer, the other a strategist. She laughed when I told her. "Startups are for dreamers," she said. "Real men build careers, not fantasies." So I smiled, said nothing, and built anyway. Every patent, every share, every deal signed under silent partnerships and layered trusts. Nothing in my name. I learned that power doesn't need applause. It just needs patience. The first real crack came with a text she never meant for me to see. He still thinks he's a success story. Wait till he realizes Dad only keeps him around for appearances. She deleted it too late. I saw it. That was the night I stopped reacting. I stopped explaining myself. And I started listening, watching. I noticed how her father smirked when they talked about real money. I saw how she flinched every time finances came up because she never truly knew mine. I let them believe their version of reality. It made what followed easier. Piece by piece, I rewired the empire around them. My shares transferred to my oldest friend. My company's ownership layered behind foreign entities. I even borrowed a small sum from her father, deliberately, just enough to make him feel superior. "See," he said once at dinner, smiling smugly. "Everyone comes back to me eventually." Good. Let him believe it. Step 1, let them feel powerful. Step 2, let them mock you. Step 3, wait. When she announced our business trip to Bali, insisting we fly first class, I agreed without hesitation. "You deserve it," I told her. What she didn't know was that I'd already rerouted my own ticket. Through a division of my company, one she didn't even know existed. She never read the fine print of our agreements. She only skimmed for her name. At the airport, I wore plain clothes, no designer suit, no watch, just that same worn leather bag. She flaunted her father's money like a trophy, her sister trailing close behind. "Do you even know how much first class costs?" Her sister joked. "He'll be fine in economy," my wife said with a smirk. "He's used to being below." I smiled, stayed silent, because in minutes, her definition of below was about to shift forever. When the uniformed man appeared, addressing me by name, the sound of it hit her harder than any insult ever could. The air changed, heads turned, and in that breathless pause, everything she believed about me dissolved. "Your jet is ready," he repeated. Her laughter died mid-breath. The sister's whisper cracked the silence. Did he just say jet? I didn't answer. I walked toward the private gate, without turning back. What she didn't know, what her father still doesn't, is that the jet wasn't rented. It was mine, bought years ago under Hale Holdings International, one of 3 companies built in quiet, in the margins of her contempt. By the time I took off, my assistant handed me the morning brief. The acquisition papers were finalized. Her father's firm, Preston Legal, absorbed entirely into my network of companies. Every anonymous investor? Me. Every vote? Already counted. That afternoon, while she posted champagne selfies from first class, her father's empire was folding into mine. She called me hours later, panic spilling through her voice. Where are you? On my way, I said. Just not to you. I let her rant, rage, confusion, disbelief, before I ended it with a single truth. You should have read the fine print. You married the name, not the man. By the time her plane touched down, the world she'd built her pride on was gone. The next morning, headlines announced, Hale Analytics acquires Preston Legal Holdings in full buyout. The same company she once mocked over dinner. The same dream she called foolish. I didn't celebrate, didn't post, didn't brag, because revenge doesn't roar, it whispers. Now, when I think of that terminal, I remember the exact moment her laugh died in her throat. That silence was a sound of realization, the kind that doesn't fade. She finally understood that wealth is loud, but power moves quietly. And as the jet engines thundered beneath me, lifting above the clouds, I let myself smile for the first time in years. Because victory isn't about proving them wrong. It's about never needing to.